Hey y'all, happy Friday. Welcome to the Me Too Ministry page. I'm Tamisha Webb, the originator of this post and of this page. Um, I've been saying over the past few weeks that I wasn't going to preface with giving you all any background information, but I do feel like it's relevant from time to time for me to do so. So the Me Too Ministry started with a basic question that we're posed on a day-to-day post basis. And that question is going to be along the lines of, hey, how are you? How are things going? In our natural based response, whether in whatever religious capacity that you're serving in, is going to be along the lines of, oh, I'm blessed and I'm highly favored, or all is well. But is that how you really feel? Is that what you really want to say? You see, we're taught that when we are in a leadership capacity of any spiritual realm, that we have to have a fake it till you make it persona, or we're supposed to show the world the outside without telling them the ugly truths about the inside. So we'll say, oh, I'm blessed and I'm highly favored, or all is well. When in all actuality, all hell is breaking loose in our homes, on our jobs, in our mental capacity, in our finances, in our marriages with our children. And so this is where Me Too derives from. It's saying, listen, I don't have this thing called life altogether. You have issues in your home, me too. You're striving to be a better person than what you were yesterday, me too. You trying to get this thing called life right, me too. And so Me Too is a faith-based support group that we come and convene here every week and kind of hash out the previous week's issues, trials, tribulations, or whatever. In no way, in no form is Me Too a position to be a group of judgment. We don't offer unwarranted advice. We're simply here to be a shoulder to cry on, or a listening ear. And so with that, we come once a week with whatever title that God gives me, because I do believe that my page is, God's page, this page is ordained, because without Him, I'm nothing. This ministry is ordained, and so I seek Him in His wise counsel for whatever subjects He's allowing me to speak in on that particular week. Yesterday, I came up with a title that says, I do not have the words. And how that came to be is I sit often with myself and I try to ask, how did I get here? Because to be honest, when you're serving in whatever capacity you're serving, whether in leadership, this can go as in any aspect of life, in whatever leadership capacity, sometimes you feel underqualified. Sometimes you may feel as though I don't speak eloquently enough. I don't have the diction or the enunciation. I'm not in the position. I shouldn't be in this position, right? And this is what will shun us from catapulting into the greatness that God has for us. It's saying, listen, I want to wait till I have all this together. I want to wait till I'm able to speak with the poise that whatever people that I'm targeting desires, right? And that's just not the case. If we all wait till we get this thing called life right, if we wait till we get the right words to speak, then we'll always be waiting. And so I prayed to God most of the week to ask Him about a title. And so when I threw it out there on yesterday, I said, listen, I don't have a title. And then God began to minister to me. I'm sorry that I don't have the words. And then God began to minister to me. Because years ago, He gave me the words. He told me to change my language. You will have whatsoever you say you're going to have. And I learned that years ago, because I do not allow certain people to come with Debbie Downer spirits, or to question what I feel like is God ordained over my life. I asked them to change their language if they're seeking advice, or if they're wanting me to be a support system of any kind. I will not allow you to beat yourself up, and I feel like that's where God has us too. He's not going to allow us to continually beat ourselves up. We are to change our language. So yeah, I do have the words, as long as He give them to me. Now, I don't have them. They're God ordained. This ministry is ordained. This life that God has given me is God ordained. So everything that I have comes from above. And I think that's where I need to be. I know that's where I need to be, saying, listen, no, I don't have the words. God has the words. No, I don't have the qualifications, but God has put me in the position to be qualified. No, I may not speak eloquently enough, or I may not have all of the right plans to execute what God is putting me into, but He'll give me the plan. God has the master plan. This conversation was going to be really short today, because I think God is sitting me into a different dimension as far as where this page is going to go, where this ministry is going. And I thank God for it. You know, when we started, it was to say, listen, I don't have this thing called life right, but it does not mean I'm not trying. And I said that enough over the past year. It's time to get up. It's time to rise up. It's time to be more than a conqueror. It's time to chase after the things of God. We know trouble is here. Trouble ain't going nowhere. The Bible states clearly that a man is born of a woman is few days and full of trouble. Trouble will not stop. But the blessings doesn't either. God's provision and favor does not stop either. And so with that, He's given me a different angle, and I'm excited about it. And we're still a support group, and we're not just here to hash out the week's problems. We're also here to speak about the triumphs and the victories and the silent wins in our life too, because there's someone else that needs to hear those things too, that needs to hear to listen. Life is life in right now, but God is still blessing. He's still providing. He's still revealing, restoring, and removing. And so as always, I want to end this with saying that if you want to come and sit alongside me, if you have a title, or if you just have something on your heart that you want to speak to the people about, I'm always open. If you have a question, comment, or concern, feel free to inbox me on the Me Too Ministry page. You can comment on any post or any video or picture that you see on any of the platforms. You can also email me at the Me Too Ministry page, and that's the.me.2.ministry@gmail.com. Listen, we're trying to rise up and be everything that God has created us to be, and with that, He is seeking me on all platforms, and that's where we are. So if you're can scroll on over there to the YouTube channel, the Me Too Ministry page on the YouTube channel, and like us there. That would be a great help. Also, like us on Facebook. I'm kind of dibbling and dabbling on TikTok, so we'll see where God, goes with that. I'm just trying to do all that God is telling me to do and be all that God has created me to be. And I thank you all for supporting me on this journey. Continue to pray for me, and encourage me, because believe me, this is not easy. I just know that this is God ordained, and I just want to do whatever God tells me to do, and I want what's best for my life. I want what He wants is best for my life. Have a God day.